Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No.
Y'all, just stop. Get real.
Welcome to DBL Ladies Day.
What's going on?
You had a big week.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. How are you doing?
I'm good. You know what? I'm chilling.
You chilling?
Yeah.
We're nicer than the people in the View, aren't we?
You know what? Everybody was super sweet behind the scenes, and I think the point was to have intense conversations. And Colin bought all the ladies flowers for Mother's Day, so we all had a nice little celebration afterwards. So it's really good. And Sunny is actually a really nice lady. I know everybody thought we got into it, but that's the show, right?
Yeah.
Like me and Jeff get into it sometimes here. That's the show.
We get into it.
We get into it. We got into it a lot in the beginning during the election season.
Exactly. So. Well, speaking of Mother's Day, all the stars were posting to social media yesterday in honor of Mother's Day, including Mariah Carey, Nick Jonas, and Priyanka Chopra shared their first picture of their daughter, and Winona Judd, who posted this throwback photo saying how much she missed her mom. J-Lo shared a throwback video of her and Ben. Look at them, they're babies, courtside wishing their moms happy Mother's Day. And check out this video Reese Witherspoon did with her mom.
The comedies are cute. Funny.
Yeah.
Legally Blonde was funny.
Should I make more comedies?
I think you're great at comedy also.
I wonder where I got my funny from.
Your uncle.
Oh, really? I thought I got it from you.
Maybe. Yeah, it's probably me. Might be me.
You're very funny.
Thank you.
And meantime, Sherry Shepherd had something very interesting to share about being a mom. She said it's her biggest insecurity because she always feels like she's doing it wrong. So I wanted to open it up and ask how everyone's Mother's Day was. This is your first or second?
I say it's my second, but my mom and I get into it. My mom said, this is your first.
This is your first Mother's Day.
So we'll just say it's first. I'm listening to my mom. Happy Mother's Day to her.
Susan, we're listening to you. How was it and what did you feel? And do you understand the insecurity issue that Sherry Shepherd brought up?
Well, first, it was great. You know, I got to go home. I was in New York. I was with my whole family, extended family. My Nana, who's 106, who I always talk about. She spent a lot of time with Kinsley.
And they recognize each other.
Yeah, she said, I remember you. And Kinsley was just like looking at her. And then my grandma Ida, who you guys all know. We were all together, and we went to brunch at a place called Small Batch. They hosted us last minute, so thanks to them. And there were 19 of us out to brunch yesterday, and it was a really beautiful thing.
19?
You know, haven't had those big gatherings in so long that it felt really nice to see everybody. But listening to Sherry Shepherd, you know, I have a completely different perspective. I really don't agree that motherhood is my most insecure thing because I feel like I know that I don't know it all, and I'm open to giving myself tons of grace, and I'm open to caring most about what Kinsley feels about our relationship as she gets older and becomes an adult. And so a lot of that outside noise that may seem like it can cause insecurity, I don't even allow in my life, you know, and that's just me as a whole. I kind of just don't take in a lot of information from people. So,
and that's a deliberate thing you do.
Right, deliberate, like this is me, Colin and Kinsley, and this is how we're gonna do our family. So I don't feel like that. I'm actually excited for Kinsley to be old enough to have a voice to tell me where she wants to stand and how she wants to feel, and we can have dialogue. I think what I did learn from my mom and from other moms is how to communicate even better with people and make a space where you could feel comfortable to tell me everything. And even if you don't, make it so that you know you can share. If you don't want to, you still have that option. And so I'm excited about all the growth. And I even saw a mom that had like a 20-year-old, and she was like, yeah, I used to have a little kid. You have a little kid. We're in two different spaces. And I was so excited about when Kinsley's 20. And when I know I have a loud mouth and say whatever. So when Kinsley has a loud mouth, I'm going to be proud of her for standing up for herself, for saying how she feels, and for being a strong Black woman. So I'm super excited for all the stages. And I have really no insecurity about it, but I know that I don't know everything, and I'm excited to grow and learn with my kids.
Some unconditional friendship with yourself. That's beautifully said. What did you think about Sherry Shepherd saying being insecure about motherhood?
I'm not a mom.
I know, yeah.
So I think my mother is, I've watched, my mom and I have a very interesting relationship because I'm her firstborn. So the advocacy and the way that we speak up for one another, it's very mutual. She says, like, ever since I started talking, I would defend her. Like, if someone did something to disrespect her, I would speak up even at like 5 years old, like, who do you think you're talking to?
Can you see Erica at 5?
Yeah. So I've had a lot of practice with that. But I like to assure my mom all the time. Like I think moms just can be very much like am I not doing it right? Am I not doing enough? And I look at my mother and I'm like, I don't know how you could have done anything better. So
Well, look at
yeah,
you.
I think that moms really have to give themselves a lot of grace because it is a very difficult job and there's a lot of support that's needed. And you know, I just wish all the moms out there, I hope you all had beautiful Mother's Day.
Absolutely. And if you did lose your mom this year or before, I just want to share a little love for you too. This day can be really, really triggering and hard.
Did you talk to your mom?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I sent her flowers.
I know, you
did
told
the
me
whole
about the
thing.
flowers.
My mom and I are just BFFs, AE. It means and ever and ever.
Oh, I didn't know that.
For all the cool kids. Speaking of Mother's Day, it seemed like literally everyone gave Kris Jenner flowers. She posted every bouquet she got on Instagram, including some from Pete Davidson. She's not alone. Check out the huge display of flowers that Kylie Jenner got. I feel like they're single-handedly keeping the flower industry afloat. But this got us talking. It seems like flowers are the go-to gift. But are they really a good way to honor moms, or are they kind of like overrated and a little bit of an easy way out? Did you want flowers?
I definitely
as a
want
mom?
flowers.
You did want flowers.
Yeah, Colin sent me flowers at the View, and I was very happy and surprised. And I just think flowers are like that traditional thing that we try to keep them always in our house, but sometimes, you know, like life happens, Kinsley happens.
You're not a Nancy Myers.
Right,
movie.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like, so, you know, we really don't have them that often. So when I do get them, and he gets creative, they're like different bouquets.
It's not like red rose.
Right, when you go to the local guys and support people in your town, they usually have really pretty, nice, unique stuff. So I like flowers. I mean, I take them anytime.
All right. What do you have wanted, like, if Anthony did the whole thing like Kylie? Like, you walk out and it's just like chrysanthemum carpet.
Yeah, well,
that is so many flowers.
Yeah, that's a lot of flowers. Yeah, flowers are kind of a staple in our home. Like, I try to get them, like, have fresh flowers around the home.
Oh, nice.
Regularly.
Wow.
So I don't think of it so much as like a special occasion thing. I think that people should be given their flowers, like, every day.
Literally.
I just learned that phrase. Give you your flowers.
Exactly. But I chose to, you know, my mom is very into her health and wellness journey. She has been doing yoga for almost 3 years now. And she has a woman that she's been working with that she's very fond of. She gives me reports about how my mother's doing and her flows.
Wow.
So I got her a gift certificate so that she can do yoga for the summer.
Oh, that's really
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And there's something to getting like a custom gift. It really shows like you're attentive and you listen. And so sometimes flowers, I guess, can be a cop out in that way. But maybe personal gift plus flowers.
What if you guys
It's a
ever
good
got in
combo.
like in a fight when the husband, the stereotypical thing of like, here's some flowers and chocolates? Does that ever do for you, or is that a movie thing from the 80s?
In a fight.
You know, if you and Anthony get a fight, he's like, here, I'm so sorry. Does that
We don't fight very often,
Good for you.
but the way to really get over that situation is probably let's just go shopping.
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah, I love it. I sent my mom, she's a big blue fan, huge blues. So I did blue everything blue, blue vase, everything blue. Could I say blue again? I'll try.
I love blue. The show's color is blue.
Blue, yeah, our whole house blue. It's amazing. Coming up on DBL, Sheryl Crow opens up about the ups and downs of her career, why she said being a woman in the music industry is so challenging. Plus, Anna Nicole Smith's daughter is growing up. We're talking about how she stole the show at the Kentucky Derby.
Closed captioning provided by
Daily Blast Live is always focused, always on cue, always ready, always timely. This May, don't miss a day. DBL is all new every day. Asp says, dang, flowers, my mom always wanted real estate.
Oh, wow.
Dude, that's a lot.
I like her style.
Would you be mad if you just got flowers for Mother's Day, or did you also get a present?
No, well, actually, Colin got me this outfit for Mother's Day.
And can we...
Honestly, I forgot that he got me this outfit. He's about to get mad if I said he just got me flowers, because I thought he only got me flowers. But what happens is I go to the store, and then I get myself something nice, and Colin will be like, I'm going to pay you back for that. And I'm like, dude, like, just go get creative, but I appreciate it.
So he just takes care of it.
We were talking about this on the plane yesterday. He's like, so the things that I get that I pay you back for, is that not a gift anymore?
Is it? Do you consider it a gift?
It is a gift, but it's not the same as if I was surprised.
Yeah.
With
You
like,
want
or
the-
you
you
were
want it to be-
surprised with this outfit or these shoes.
Yeah, by the way, I don't know about this.
I like it. We look like we're in the same spring.
Yeah, I just feel like it's a little Captain Stardate 3015. But we'll see how it goes. I'm trying to be with more jumpsuits. So let's see what you guys think. Would you guys be annoyed if you just got flowers as moms? And do you only give flowers as kids?
My mom gave me some socks because I came to her house
Socks
with
are
no
the
socks.
best. When you turn 30, socks are the best.
Socks are really
to get.
good. Yeah, because I don't wear sneakers often, but when I do, I don't have any socks, so I need to go to the store every time.
Like good warm socks.
Are good.
Yeah,
and cozy socks, winter socks.
I got so old the other day. I saw two people on a scooter, the Lime scooter, and I go, "That's very dangerous."
All right, Grandma.
I know.
Why?
I don't know. And then I went for a beautiful walk in City Park, and I go, "I need my allergy medicine." Who am I?
Like you need your allergy?
Because the allergy,
How crazy.
It's terrible. Like I woke up, my eyes were like all.
Yeah, Destiny's
bleh.
kid is sick. Like
And I've been sneezing. It's terrible.
Oh God. Welcome back. Did y'all watch the Kentucky Derby? Ooh, over the weekend, there was a big upset. I was so into it. Rich Strike, the dark horse, long shot, like 80-1 odds, surprised everyone by placing first. I'm a big Seabiscuit fan, so this spoke to me. But aside from the racing, fashion also took center stage, of course. Celebs like NSYNC's Joey Fatone showed up in style with his daughter, and Michael Phelps also embraced the floral theme with his wife. Bobby Brown showed up head to toe in yellow. I'm copying him today with his wife, but everyone is talking about Anna Nicole Smith's daughter, Danny Lynn, who showed up in this colorful dress with her dad, Larry Burkhead, who commented on how much the 15-year-old looks like her mom these days. That is breathtaking. That's crazy. Now, speaking of twinning, Danny Lynn then changed into this outfit for the Derby Gala. Dope. Anybody remember this? This was the same suit Janet Jackson wore almost 2 decades ago to the Derby. Here is Janet in the outfit back in 2003 next to Danny Lynn. And Janet, who performed at the gala, also posed with Danny Lynn. I remember seeing her, Danny Lynn, just as a baby yesterday, and now she's a grown woman. What happened? Time happened. What the heck? I haven't seen like photos at all, and now it's like a beautiful grown woman.
It's what celebrity kids, either you see like tons of their kid and then you're like, why is the kid growing so fast? Or you never see them and you're like, why did the kid go from 1 to 27?
Yeah.
Well, also Danny Lynn is a staple at the Derby every year, and we haven't had the Derby, obviously, because we haven't had anything.
That's true.
So I feel like that this is always the time of the year where we see her. So it's like, it's not like she's out there like other celeb children or like, you know. So yeah, I think it's always nice to see her too, because it just is a reminder of, you know, everything.
Yeah,
really.
and good for Larry Burkhead to keep her away from the camera in that sense. I mean, I think it's nice to see her looking happy and mature.
Danny, you guys like follow the Kentucky Derby every year? Like I don't usually, but I saw tons of people there, like more than usual, and I was like, am I missing out?
I think people
Drake was there.
wanted to get back into it because it hadn't been on for so long.
But the Derby's huge. Like the Derby is one of the biggest events.
No, and I looked for the fashion the next day, but I never saw like, it seems like everybody from every walk of life. Maybe because they haven't been in years and I just didn't pay attention 3 years ago, but it seemed like every single person was there.
No, the Derby is like, it's a top event.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
we need to take a DBL trip to the Derby. I feel like the looks will be on point.
Min julep, correct. And second of all, I followed Seabiscuit, and I know this is going to sound funny. It's a horse back in the 30s during the Depression, and just what you said happened. He was this little horse who ate a lot, and no one put a lot of money on him, and he kept winning and being the underdog. And the normal people of the Depression, the workers, started feeling empathy with this horse. So they started coming to the horse race just to see Seabiscuit. He became like Time Man of the Year. People crowded him, and a lot of people say he helped America get out of the Depression. That horse.
Okay. Well, Tori knows a random story for sure. So.
It's a beautiful story.
Random American story.
Please read the book by Laura Hillenbrand. It's a great book about a horse and 3 great people. Coming up on DBL, our interview with Sheryl Crow. Is she open to finding love again at age 60? Looking good.
The future of Roe v. Wade is unclear, and on social media, many are asking if the landmark case is reversed, what this will mean for medication abortion, the pills which can end a pregnancy. So let's verify. If you live in a state that bans abortion, could you order these pills from another state where it's legal? And here are sources from the George Washington University Law School, the Georgetown Law Center, and the Kaiser Family Foundation. And according to the KFF, the most common way to get a medication abortion is through a 2-drug regimen. MIFEPRISTONE, also known as RU-486, followed by misoprostol. This regimen is recommended for use at 10 weeks of pregnancy or less. And as of now, you can get prescribed these pills through a telehealth appointment in most states. So what would a post-Roe world mean for these abortion pills?
The law of the state where the patient is during the telehealth visit is what would determine what is legal or not legal.
But our experts say that enforcement is the big question. For example, if you live in West Virginia and medication abortions are banned, but a Maryland doctor prescribes the pills via telehealth, it's unclear what West Virginia could actually do about it.
How they would enforce that to the doctor in Maryland is really the question. How would they be able to track that and really enforce that?
And our experts say that enforcement would be even more difficult if a patient orders these pills from a company in another country.
Ultimately, if the state can't reach people outside the state, they may just decide to kind of criminalize women themselves.
So we can verify that no, if you live in a state that bans abortion, you cannot legally order pills from another state where it's allowed. But how this would be enforced remains a very big question. With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozlov.
I knew music was this joyful thing, this nerve-wracking thing, and ultimately this rewarding thing. It's always hard to look back and talk about who you were, because it's only who you think you were.
So true. She's lived it all and seen it all, but never shared it all until now. Earlier, Sam, Jeff, and Al spoke to 9-time Grammy-winning artist Sheryl Crow about drawing back the curtain to her life. Check it out.
Sheryl Crow, thank you so much for joining us here in DBL. Now, your documentary, Sheryl, why was this the right time to share your story?
I've always had real high highs and real low lows. All of a sudden, you wake up and you realize, wow, I just went into a hole.
When Showtime and my manager came to me and said, we want to do a documentary, I was like, absolutely not.
Why?
I just felt like, documentaries typically are done when somebody's already, gone on to the great beyond. But after having long conversations with my manager about it, and granted, we were in the middle of the pandemic, it felt like the right time. I think if people know me by All I Want to Do or Soak Up the Sun, I feel like is a clear vision of a really happy, cheerful person. But there's 40 years of living, of having been a school teacher and waiting tables and going out with Michael Jackson as a backup singer and waiting tables again, and then making records starting almost 30 years old. So and being a woman in the music business, I wanted to tell my story.
Yeah, and I think all those stories you just told are the reason why you should share that documentary right now, because it shares the highs like you talked about, and you had the highs of highs, but also the lows, and I think that's where you learn the best lessons. Yes. So what moment in your life was the hardest to revisit for this documentary?
Well, I've told quite a few stories in this documentary I've never told anyone. I've had several experiences with sexual harassment that I wasn't given a platform to voice. And, we're living in the Me Too movement now, so women hopefully aren't going to be victimized when they step forward. But in my coming up in the business, there wasn't that freedom. Navigating fame was hard for me. I'm a pretty private person. Case in point, until this documentary, no one's ever seen my kids. And wow. There were things along the way that there's not a handbook for. There's nothing to tell you how to deal with all the attention and then all of the nastiness. And that's typical. You know, when someone rises to fame, we also enjoy watching them fall.
You talk a lot about your journey, and a lot of this life that we live is part of your relationships.
Yeah.
And you've been engaged 3 times. Are you open to finding love in your life?
I'm asking for a friend.
I mean, I wholeheartedly believe in love, and I have the quintessential example in my parents who've been married 66 years, and they're still going strong. And we celebrated my mom's 85th birthday yesterday. My dad's 90, and they're kicking. I mean,
Congrats.
but they also set the bar really high. I don't totally blame the people I've been with for what went wrong in my relationships. It's hard to be with a woman that's gone a lot, and I still believe in love. I would love to find that.
Because of the experience in the industry, you seem to have a perspective that I feel like we can learn from. And you know, you're 60 years young. You look amazing. But age, let's be real here. Aging in the spotlight comes with many challenges. So what does, in your opinion, ageism in the music industry look like, and how can we be better for our youth?
I think it's not just the music business where women kind of get put out to pasture when they hit 40. I was lucky when I turned 40. Well, I was lucky and not lucky, but when I turned 40, everybody in the radio was 60. I mean, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, and I was turning 40, and I was going through a crisis, like, what the heck do I do now? And we were lucky. We put out First Cut Is the Deepest and Soak Up the Sun. So I had some more years on radio, which is kind of unique because we don't hear that anymore. And I think for me, messaging wise, I want women to feel good about being their age. I want them to feel liberated by the fact that they're not competing with the 25-year-old demographic. And I do worry that we scramble to make ourselves look young in order to stay valid. I've kind of embraced the fact that I'm older, and it's not easy to see yourself get older, but it is also my way of exercising compassion.
Sheryl Crow, thank you for joining us on DBL. To our viewers, you gotta watch Sheryl's documentary on Showtime. Be sure to check out her new album. Thank you, Sheryl. We'll be right back.
Talented.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
As we enter year 3 of this pandemic, one of the big questions we have is how much protection do we get from the vaccine or from getting COVID itself? And inside this building right here in Frederick, right next to a big open field, some top doctors are trying to figure that out. So we went inside to verify.
Every single day is something new. It's always quite very interesting.
Troy Kemp has been studying COVID-19 for the last 2 years, a big pivot from what he studied before the pandemic.
My major focus was on HPV.
That is an STI that can cause cancer. In fact, the whole lab switched gears, studying COVID-19 antibodies, the disease-fighting proteins created by our bodies after infection or vaccination.
To understand how well those antibodies maintain themselves over time.
Walk me through what you guys do here. Dr. Leisha Pinto oversees the lab. She says that this work is at times tedious and time-consuming and needs to be replicated over and over to be trusted.
Thousands and thousands of times, and then many thousands of plates.
She says that when the pandemic first started, it was the National Cancer Institute that asked her team to pivot away from HPV to develop and standardize a SARS-CoV-2 antibody test.
We felt like really we could help.
She explains that, according to the data, vaccines will give you those valuable antibodies, at least for a while.
We just don't know how long immunity lasts because, again, that immunity is going to vary depending on the individual.
It also depends on how long it's been since the person got the shot.
They'll look at all the different color ranges.
Take this tray full of blood samples. Each column represents a separate patient who either had COVID or the vaccine. And the darker the yellow, the more antibodies.
It can tell us, exactly where maybe they're 1 month out from getting the vaccine versus someone maybe over here could be 6 months out from getting the vaccine.
As for natural immunity, meaning those who got infected but not vaccinated.
The fact that you are infected, it doesn't mean that you are protected. You have a reduced risk of reinfection compared to individuals that were not infected. But you still are susceptible to infections.
Which is why Pinto says vaccination is the best way to get protection from COVID-19. So here's the bottom line. We can verify that we do get protection from both natural immunity and vaccines, but just how long it lasts is still being studied. With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozlov.
New research shows any parent can forget their kids in a hot car. Let's connect the dots. Experts with the University of South Florida say forgetting a child isn't usually a negligence problem. Instead, it's a memory problem. They found things like stress, lack of sleep, and even a change in routine are usually involved in hot car accidents. Experts add this memory issue focuses on two parts of the brain, the perspective and the semantic. Perspective memory helps us remember to do something in the future, while semantic allows drivers to make the trip from work to home with ease, like they're on autopilot. When one of these functions fail, there can be terrible consequences. So how can you avoid memory lapses? Set reminders on your phone or create visual reminders in your car. Place a diaper bag or a piece of your child's clothing in the front seat. And keep anything you need for your drive in the back seat, so you'll turn around and check no matter what.
Welcome back. Tom Cruise may be one of the biggest stars on the planet, but lately he's keeping a low profile regarding his personal life. Tom has been out recently promoting his new film Maverick, but has been keeping his private life private. Even his dating life has been largely under the radar. Now that's a far cry from his high-profile past romances, like his marriage to Nicole Kidman in the 90s, and of course his relationship with Katie Holmes. Well, that got all kinds of attention, especially after he famously did this. Jumped on Oprah's couch. That was it? That's all he did?
It was such a big deal then.
It seemed like such a big deal then, after confessing his love for Katie. What do you think about him keeping his private life private now?
Well, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. Like, he was clowned for decades over that jumping incident.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would probably go the opposite direction too.
A lot longer than that, Linz, right?
I thought he jumped like 20 times in my mind, but I tend to over-exaggerate stories so they end up better when I tell them.
Me too.
That makes sense. You know what? I think it's up to you. Like Oprah always said with Stedman, she made a decision once she realized how vile people could get to like keep people out of her business, and I get that. I get that perspective. I don't think I'm in a space where anybody really cares. They just think me and Colin are fun, and that's it.
Yeah.
But if it gets to a higher level, then maybe it'll be less of the baby and Colin. I don't think I share too much now, but
no.
You know,
I think I used to overshare until this show, and I met people like Erica and the rest of the co-hosts and you, and it was like the more people you tell, sometimes you dilute the power of what you have, even if it's like, oh, I'm going out for something or I'm doing this.
Right.
And so I've learned to keep my circle small because of you guys, because my circle was like everybody.
Right. Well, that's also a lot of energy that you're allowing in, and it's not necessarily positive. You know, as someone who's been divorced, I really took a different course of action with how public I am with my marriage in general.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, you live, you learn.
You live, you learn. Well, good to see you back, Lindsay. DBL, we're new every day. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Beam me up, Scotty. That's what it looks like.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
You all ready for this?